think, perfect, you're here. So we can get started. We can get started. I want to go over what the workout will look like first today. Shout out to Picklefoot. One of our loyal fans got me some whiteboard erasers. So I appreciate that. They're supposed to magnet. Oh. And that comes with two. So I got a spare. So let's erase this. Oh, and it works beautifully. This is the fighter workout program that we created last night. Look at that. Perfect. And it just sticks there. This is great. Pickle feet. Alright, so I'm going to write down what we're doing today. I am admittedly not feeling great. Yesterday I said I was feeling a lot better. Thought I was over the hill, but not out of the woods yet. Today I woke up feeling worse. So I'm not bad, but I feel like I'm fighting this cold, and the only reason why I'm here today is because of you fine folks. And if I wasn't streaming, I wouldn't be here. So, excuse me. And we were dressed up. You can't see most of my outfit, but we're here. We're dressed up. So we're doing leg day 2.0. There. Can't right. All right. So we're starting off with. Hold on. I already know what it is. I don't know why I need to keep looking at it, but. Oh, it's right here. So for context, we are doing eighth level, week 2, day 4, lower body, part of a 4-day gym split in the Healthy Adventurers 1-Year Beginner's Handbook. If you want your free copy, the link it's in our Discord, completely free ebook, and Bird just dropped it there. Double check to make sure that link works. There's a whole 12-month workout program in here that starts you off from the ground, starts you off from body weight stuff to heavy gym workouts, all within a 12-month span. I call that the Couch to Gym Rat training program, along with a lot of other goodies. It's 327 pages, I think is what it is, of buttery goodness. So, starting off, we are doing deadlifts. I want to get the hex bar out just because I want to kind of teach it and show it. So we'll do that. Also called the trap bar. Hex bar. Then next is I'm going to do Goblet Squat again. I think I did Goblet Squat last week. Squat. In the book it says dumbbell front squat. I don't particularly love that exercise. I prefer goblet. But the reason why it's dumbbell front squat is because probably the previous phase or previous level had goblet. Then we'll do reverse lunges. And then calves. We did seated calves last week. We did standing calves this week. We also did standing calves last week. But I might do standing. Because I don't really feel it doing seated, so I might do standing again. Committing to marker. And that's going to be that. Yesterday, we had like a 30-minute lecture after the workout, which I enjoyed. Like I said, I enjoy doing this, so I do want to do more of it. But I'm not feeling 100% today. But what I do want to go over, and this was brought on by Daniel, if he jumps in today, is I want to go over how I do full body. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Let me use my new eraser for that. We'll do full body training program. So yesterday we went over what like a fighter would look like a fighter's training program. And now today I want to go over what like a full body split would look like. Yes, yes I am. Is that Shuriken? Yeah, give me 1 second. This book right here, the PDF of it is in the Discord. It's in the freebies section, and it's the most recent post. And to reiterate, we are doing, I'll put it here, level 8, week 2, day 4, leg day. I'm making some modifications to it, and just like it says in the book, to modify it how you want. Hey, nice, nice. You said you downloaded it yesterday. Did you peruse it yet? I know it's kind of big and it can be overwhelming, so kind of take it, you know, piece by piece. So, yes, 8th level, week 2, day 4. Just double checking. Legs. And so, like I said, the book, it says specifically in here in the very beginning, follow the rule of cool. You're the dungeon master of your own domain, and so you should adjust everything in here to fit your preferences, and that's what we're doing with some of these exercises. I feel you. I feel you. Last 2 days have been chaos. Work, I can understand that. Life also, and tomorrow's Halloween, so cool. Cool, cool. And let's move this so we can get some lifting in. I found these bad boys in my closet. I bought these years ago. Oh yeah, I can understand that. That is a lot more chaos than what I have going on here. But anyway, I bought these hooks a long time ago, and I know I've been glazing Versa grips every time I have to do something that involves me holding something. But I want to try these because I actually never tried them. I got them on Amazon, like before the pandemic. I honestly think because I was working at the Y when I bought them for like $15. It is supposed to take the whole entire grip out of there. So. Also, Shuriken, congrats on the newborn. I don't know if I said that. I think you and I have been chatting a little bit in the DMs. So. And like yesterday, I think I'm going to set you guys up on over here, which is our freezer. So let me do that. Because if I do that, I don't have to move you guys around all the time. It just takes me a second. You guys are getting a good action shot of what's going on up there. So, sorry, I'll try not to be super chaotic here. Yeah, absolutely. So, there's the tote that is normally underneath this. So I'm going to be deadlifting right there. My camera's already on it. Cool. Put this out of the way. Damn. Oh, let's see if this still works. And I probably need to plug you guys in before I lose you guys to dead battery. You guys can get a better shot of my outfit. I got 2 cameras. I know what I'm doing is not efficient at all, but I'm not smart enough to figure out a proper stream setup, so we're doing 2. Alright. So I do want to use the hex bar. I want to teach it. So I'm going to go lightweight just because I'm not feeling good, but I will take my boots off. Alright, get my pouches out of the way. Alright. So, I like the hex bar because it puts you into a more of a squat position. Also, no update on the leg press. So actually, yeah, there we go. It puts you more into like an upright squat position. And when I put a plate on, you know, you pull from the floor. But you want to keep your hands neutral, in line with your body. Sometimes people try to pull in front, and so putting your hands in line with the sides of your body can help really center the weight. And so the good thing with the hex bar is you kind of have to have a specific stance because, well, you're in this little cage. Hence the name trap bar. So you come down, pull up. And with regular conventional deadlift or sumo deadlift with the bar, you have to have the bar in front of you. And so with the trap bar, it allows you to put the weight more centered to the midline of your body, which is good. And that was cold. Do I have any gloves? Oh, they're over there. Almost freaked out there. Yeah, 3 weeks old. That's very, very new. And the trick is, don't drop the weight on your toes. Not many people know that. So, where are you? I don't think you guys need to be that low. It's like cutting off my head. Is that better? Oh, yeah, that looks better. Okay, cool. So we still warm up. Get my fucking saddlebags out of the way. So ideally, start off tall, come down, keeping that chest big, grabbing it, standing up, touch, down, 3, 4, 5. And like we've talked about, oh no, I think I mentioned this last week. No, come on, where are we? Sorry. Last week, we don't want to bounce the weight off the ground. We don't want to try to play out that momentum. And you really don't want to drop the weight. You might see people who stand up, deadlift, drop the weight, reset. You can do that, and there's some argument for it, but I think it's just bad gym etiquette for most gyms. Some like powerlifting gyms, I see that as acceptable, and as long as you have proper plates, so like bumpers, and a proper floor to allow that, that's fine, but I prefer not to do that. Why not? What's Pickles doing? I wanted to thank him for the erasers. So we're going to throw 25 on for 185. And get a good feel for it. He's playing with bees. That sounds fun. Yeah, like I said today, going through the motions. Like I said, I'm fighting this cold. I've been fighting it for a week and a half-ish now. And I thought I had it beat, but today I woke up feeling tired as all hell. So, but that's not stopping us. It's just stopping us from being strong. So again, start off tall, big chest, shoulders rolled back, come down, grab it, and stand up. Let the weight stop. 3, 4, and 5. Some of the breathing is exaggerated, but that'll be our first set. Which kind of brings up a good point. One thing that people like doing is holding their breath when doing it. Yeah, you can. So you absolutely can break the weights. I know they're a lot of times they're like iron or cast iron, but if you're dropping it on like a gym floor probably resembles something like this, to where it's a really thin piece of rubber on top of concrete. And so you very easily can crack stuff like that. But anyway, people like to hold their breath when lifting heavy. It's called the Valsalva maneuver, where you just create a lot of pressure in your stomach, you stop breathing, and you hold your breath for like a rep. And that's fine because you get a lot of strength, and it's good for people who have experience doing it. But what happens is people will hold their breath for longer than what they should be doing. And what happens is when you do that and you hold your breath, it stops all blood flow from your diaphragm up. Because your diaphragm actually blocks your inferior vena cava, but it stops all blood from returning upward, and that's when people pass out. So ideally, you don't do that. If you're just starting off, just lifting, chances are you're not lifting heavy enough to make that an issue anyway. And so just keep breathing. And if you're struggling with breathing, count your reps out loud. Trick or treat. All right. Oh, I'm gonna take my boots off. At this weight, it doesn't really matter, but I just like being a little grounded. Stand up. 3, 4. That didn't feel bad. Actually felt better than I thought it would. That's not bad at all. Yeah, glad to have you, Bowser. Whew. I do want to put these on. Give these a try. These were an impulse buy 6 years ago, pre the pandemic, and let's give them a try. I was worried about them because they're just hooks, so they kind of take the whole grip aspect out of it. Hopefully they're not better than my Versa grips. Son of a bitch. There we go. We're getting there. How's everybody doing on this Thursday? What's they call it Devil's Night? I think they also call it Angel's Night, right? Back up a little. I gotta get so close because I can't see the chat. I'm blind. I gotta stay close. Alright. Let's give this a try. For this very, very heavy 185 pounds. Oh, without my boots on. Don't worry, soon I'll be testing the limits of what human strength is capable of. See if I'll be doing that with these hooks. Oh god, this is like not good. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, I don't like these. I don't like these at all. Because it's like, I don't have to grip the bar, but I have to grip these hooks. And they made it even worse. But, oh shit. I think these might be good if you're trying to hang. Because I know grip goes pretty quickly for that. Not necessarily for pull-ups, but just if you're trying to hang. I should have put all my equipment in a backpack because I'm Brock today. Give me a break. Clean this off. Some places have deadlift platforms, or like hooks kind of, where you can put them underneath, hold it up, and it'll take the weight up like this for a regular barbell. We don't have that here. And when you're using one plate, it doesn't really matter. I wrote down a lot of shit to rant about, but half of it might have to wait until tomorrow, Monday. No, it's like 45 degrees in here. So, one thing I was going to mention yesterday, but I forgot. I've been using this particular bar soap. This company reached out to me like around the 4th of July, and they're like, hey, let's send you some soap. And I was like, sweet, I'm not gonna turn down free soap, I guess. And they're called Nat 20 soaps, or Natural 20 soaps. And I've been using the same bar like this whole time. And A, it will last a long time. B, it smells really good. And they sent us two other bars, so 3 bars total, all different scents, and they all smell really good. They're all D&D themed, and I think the one that we have, I'm gonna butcher the name, I think it's called the Wizard's Maelstrom. I think there's also the Spider Queen's Venom, and then something to do with Dragonfire. I forget, it's been a minute since I looked at them because I've had them for so long, but I wanted to, yes, Nat 20 soaps. They're pretty colors too, absolutely. And I've been meaning to give them a shout out, so. Yes, I am in a garage, yes I am. So, next, Goblet Squat. Oh, also, what has he got in his pockets, precious? Booster packs. Oh, these are what I was talking about yesterday, trick or trade. Booster packs. I forgot I had a whole bunch in my good old saddlebags. Maybe I'll crack a few. Alright, Goblet Squat. I've done these before. You just hold it. Apparently this is how you hold goblets from the time of yore. And then you squat down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I really do like these pants, they're very stretchy. Yeah, exactly. I bought these 2 years ago. It might have been, yeah, it was last Halloween, yes. I bought these last Halloween because we had a Pokemon themed Halloween party last year. So I bought a whole bunch. I bought three boxes of 45 packs a piece, I think is what it was. And well, clearly we didn't have enough trick-or-treaters because we still have a whole bunch. You know what? Let's crack a pack. I have no way to confirm nor deny that that's the right site. Bird. I do this just like we're on Whatnot, where I make sure I keep all the good cards. Oh, damn. Foy Coco. Oh, it's shiny. is that? Oh, flutter me, nice. You guys can't quite tell. Bam! Sprigatito. Yeah, like I said, they're just kind of repurposed other cards, but they have the little logo on them. That was fun. Oh, I need my gloves. I was thinking, I didn't tell Bird this, but Sherrick, in your comment reminded me of that. We have, like I said yesterday, we don't get like hardly any trick-or-treaters, and we, I think it's because there's a lot of trunk-or-treats around here, and so I was thinking, seeing if there's a way that we could get in on a trunk-or-treat, maybe not this year, but like next year, so that way we can actually hand stuff out to more than like 10 people, if that. All right, next set. So if you don't like holding it goblet style, you can just hold it more of like a sumo style, like this. You can also hold it like this, but sometimes your depth gets restricted, so you can hold it down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It does take the upper body out of the work. So I notice, I think that's more of a, not to be misogynist, but I think that's more of a feminine way to do it. You cannot go wrong with Pokemon cards, that is for sure. I don't even know what my Go Live notification is. It should just say something like giveaway where we crack packs. All right. Nice. Iron Julius. Monkey Dory. Got a little holofoil action. And Screamtail. Nice. Super spooky. Got no dupe so far. Give me a second to breathe. So, obviously with coaching, there involves some level of challenging the client a little bit. Some coaches do a really bad job at this, at challenging too much. Others don't challenge enough and just let clients do what they're normally doing and they don't see results. And so a good coach can move the needle in one way. And so one way that I do that we do that, because other coaches do it too, is let's say, for example, a coach or a client has a protein goal. And pretty much anytime you have a goal, there's going to be some variance in the metric that you're tracking. So for example, protein, you probably have high protein days and you have low protein days. And so what we like to do is, especially when we're starting off with a goal, or like this is the first step for a new goal, we like to set the goal of, let it be on the point of like the higher fluctuations. So let's say, for example, you eat between 80 to 100 grams of protein a day. We'd like to set the goal at 100. So essentially what we're doing is we're taking the days where you're already getting 100 grams. Those are pretty much, freebies. And then just being more conscious on the days with the lower protein. So that way we raise the bar, we raise our minimum. And then when we're consistently hitting like 100 grams, we can then bump it up to like 120. So rather than, and this is what some coaches do, which they're fucking idiots, is they'll say, based on your calories, you should be eating 30% of your calories from protein, which is going to be 160 grams of protein. So you're going to go from 90 on average to 160, pretty much doubling the amount of protein you're supposed to be eating, and not sustainable. Chances are there's going to be some kind of GI distress from that big change, and the client's not going to be able to handle it. So instead, what we try to do is, let's raise the minimum to what your normal high end is, and then go up from there in small increments. 20 grams seems to be a good increment, because that's literally adding a protein bar or like 3 ounces of chicken. Food for thought. Aha, pun intended. And that doesn't just go for coaching, that's good for like you as well. Like if you're trying to increase your protein intake, Don't go from where you are, which is probably going to be like 15% of your calories from protein, to 30, because you're quite literally doubling your protein intake. Go from like 15 to 17 to 20 to 20, you know, maybe 25. All right, last set. I like doing it this way. I'm gonna do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Hell yeah. Reverse lunges. Oh. How are we feeling, chat? We feeling good? Hearts in the chat. All for free. Are you still plugging the Discord? Yep, yes you are. I'm probably gonna do body weight reverse lunges. So, yes. I wanted to rant about something, not just Pokemon cards. Oh. I wrote the same thing down twice. So, a big part of my goal, or I would say a big part of my job, our job, is to chip away at the perfectionist mindset. The perfectionist mindset keeps people from taking action, and in an extreme sense, it puts people in an early grave because they keep kicking the can down the road until the time is right to take action, which never happens, as we know. They say the same. They say people live the same 6 months over and over and over again. I think Mark Twain said people die in their 20s, but they're buried in their 60s, and it's because they let that perfectionist mindset prevent them from taking action. So you're asking yourself, why is my brain? Why is the perfectionist mindset trying to ultimately kill me? Why is it detrimental? Why do we have essentially that mechanism? Because pretty much everybody has it, or they at least have it innately, and they have to overcome it. And that's because from an evolutionary standpoint or hunter-gatherer standpoint, that was our key to survival, was that perfectionist mindset. And so let's say we're at our camp and we have, a fence to block invading predators. And it's 95% perfect, but 5% over there, there's a gap to where a predator can come get us. That 5% is what's going to kill us. And so we needed to look for imperfections for quite literally our survival, to where now we don't need to do that. We don't need to not do a 60-minute workout because we only have 45 minutes to commit. We don't need to binge eat all of the weekend because on Thursday you wanted to eat a donut. We don't need to completely binge all of our food because we need to get it out of our system so we can start fresh on Monday. We don't need to keep kicking the can down the road for survival purposes. And so I was telling a client that, and it really clicked with them this morning. So I wanted to share that. What's next? Reverse lunges. We're doing body weight. Yeah. You're trying to figure out how to use these channels? Channel points. Oh, I have no idea. I also need to figure out proper ways to extra reward people in the chat, being subs and all that. I just monetized 2 days ago, so I'm not really in a big hurry. But if you do watch the ads, it does help me. We're gonna do these barefoot. Can you see me here? That is good. So I talked about this 2 days ago, but when doing lunges, I don't know if I can do them at this angle. You want to lunge hip width. A lot of people, when they lunge forward or backward, they will lunge in a tightrope where they put their back foot behind their front foot. And not only does this make you off balance, but it causes that front knee to cave in. And I just had a conversation with somebody today about how they have patellar ligament issues, patellar tendon issues, and that can be from stuff like this. And so when we do a lunge, there we go. Say about hip width, and we step back, so they're hip width. And then just come straight down. I don't have a good spot here, but we just come straight down. And we do that again. 2. I think that was a little tight ropey. 3, 4, 5. Was it Sturican that said I was going to be heating up? I am heating up. That's 7? Yeah, that's 8. 10. You also go with your hands like this, like you're running. Ugh. Like this, 15. 18, 19, 20. I don't know what numbers that was. I don't know if that was right. Did it look alright though? Yes. Yes, what, bird? Probably responded to something I said earlier. Also, I was watching my VODs. I noticed I don't hit depth on like anything that I do. So, you don't have to have perfect form. Alright. I hate doing those stuff because doing 20 reps, it makes you tired. Takes you out of breath. Oh, one thing I do. I like doing this to all my prospective clients. So, normal channel of flow. We have a conversation on Instagram in the DMs, leads to a call, which potentially could lead to a second call, and then possibly enrollment. That's our normal flow. And so what I do during that first call, or at the end of that first call, is I give you homework. And the homework is normally 2 things. It's watch a video, a specific video that I made, kind of breaking down what a program looks like, broad strokes, and then do some form of movement. I literally don't care what it is. It could be a gym workout, 10-minute walk, 1 minute of stretching. I literally don't care what it is, but we're planting the seed of dedicating and prioritizing time for yourself. And I do that because, yes, we're starting the process now. Yes, we're building that momentum. Yes, we are prioritizing ourselves and dedicating time for ourselves. But also, if you can't do that within, 48, 72 hour time frame is normally when it is, then chances are you're probably not ready to take action. If you can't stand up behind your desk and then just do a straddle stretch for 60 seconds while watching the video. So it gets people started, it gets people moving, and then it also it is a litmus test. Are you ready to take action or not? So, pro tip. So if you go through that channel, I'm not just assigning homework because I'm mean. I am mean, but that's not what. All right, I'm leaving my boots on for this one. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, one more, 20. Oh, that was not my favorite thing. She got a 3-stream seat. Hell yeah. I don't know what that means, but hell yeah. Bird is on a 3-stream streak. I got one more set of that, and we're doing calves. We're doing barbell calves. I don't want to move you guys. You might just see my calves from the front. So. Also, if you're joining in, workouts that we're doing are from this book here, the Healthy Adventurer's 1-year Beginner's Handbook. 330 pages of buttery, girthy goodness, all at your disposal, completely for free. All you gotta do is join the Discord, which is also free. I'm glad I printed that off. I printed that off for my own purposes. I'm glad I did it. So we're doing leg day, right? Thank you, Bird. And a question that I get, not too terribly uncommonly, is, am I supposed to feel Romanian deadlifts in my back? And I think a large part of it is because there's like this huge fear of blowing out your back by doing a deadlift, which is a risk, 100%, but the risk is low for most of our clients because we know we're doing a deadlift with like 20-pound dumbbells. And so it's not like we're hitting a maximum deadlift or Romanian deadlift with like a heavy barbell. And it'd be akin to like picking up a box of cat litter off the ground, which again can cause injury. You can blow your back out by tying your shoes, but the risk very, very minimal. And so the answer to that question is yes, to an extent. You are supposed to feel a stress in your lower back doing a deadlift of hip hinge of some sort, Romanian deadlift for our example, because when you do said exercise, it's working pretty much from your shoulders down back to your calves a little bit. And so it hits your whole posterior chain. And so a lot of people aren't used to taxing that part of the body, the lower back. And so they, it feels weird. And so the answer is, yes, you're supposed to feel it. You're supposed to feel it in a way like you feel any other muscle when it's being worked. It's not supposed to be painful. You're not supposed to be limping away, holding your back, sitting sideways because your right side hurts more. But you are supposed to feel it in like a normal pump kind of way. So yes, a low back pump is not bad. All right. Is our last set? I feel like this is, yeah. 1, 2. Also, doing reverse lunges can be knee sparing because a lot of times when people have knee pain with lunges, it's from pushing back like that and they feel the pain in their lower knee or below their kneecap. So doing a reverse lunge where the knee is staying pretty much upright can help reduce the stress on the knee. I have no idea what that is. Let's do 2 more each. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That was good. I feel good. Feel good, chat. Look good, chat. I think it's time to open a pack. Damn it. This is embarrassing. Embarrassing me in front of my friends. We're cracking a pack. Don't worry, I'm not like one of those whatnot scammers. I'm not giving these away. These are all mine. Are you ready? Okay, gasoline, OG. Pheasantipity, hell yeah. Last one. Best one. I'm gonna guess Pikachu. Nope. The Treviant. Hell yeah. Dude, there's an alpha, one of these bastards, in one of the wild zones in Legend ZA. He's a bastard. Yeah, I think it's like Wild Zone 14 or 15. I just unlocked it yesterday. Boom, boom. I think we've been doing pretty good luck with not getting dupes. I think there's like 30 some odd cards in this set. I don't know if it tells me here. No, it doesn't. So, it's fun, dude. It's really fun. I know you got like a baby and all that, you know, excuses and all that, but it's fun. It's not like your typical Pokemon experience, and it took me a couple hours to realize that. And once I kind of accepted it for what it is, and played the game the way it's supposed to be played, I started really enjoying it. So, highly recommend it. A lot of people are shitting on it. Some reasons justifiably so. Graphics, you're not gonna be blown away by. The Pokemon look like they're all made from the same plastic. But gameplay is fun. Gameplay is really fun. I can't confidently say I want future games to play like this, at least mainline games. But if like future Legends games played like this, I'd be pretty happy. All Alright, we're doing calves. I'm gonna try to go heavy today. Oh, fuck. Maybe the bar's heavy enough, Jesus Christ. Alright, I need to get my bloody plank out. So, I follow this guy on Instagram. I think his name is Internet Explorer 420. He every day gambles to try to get over, I think, $8,500. His goal is to win enough money to get his teeth fixed, and every day he comes out with scratcher tickets, and he uses a particular gambling app, so everybody thinks he's like a shill for that particular app. But he has this essentially a rebar with a metal disc welded on it with a face welded on that. His name's Clank. We got Plank. Ed and Eddie reference. He's got Clank. So we're gonna do this. Oh, action shot. I think I do need to do more calf stuff. We're gonna do these barefoot. I think we're good there. Like I said, I don't want to move you guys too much. So let's see how this camera angle looks. This is a warm up. Yeah, it's not beautiful. What weight did we do last week? Or Tuesday? I think it was 185. Busting out more of the fake plates. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Come on. There we go. My arms are a little sore from yesterday. Not too bad. Doing all right, gang. I think there's something I want to talk about. Oh, yeah. So, this is a fun little tidbit. So, a lot of people that we work with have sedentary jobs, some of which work from home. And so, movement isn't always the easiest thing to do. And so, there's this term out there called exercise snacks. I don't like that term. I think it's stupid. But essentially what it is like, you might not have 30 minutes to work out, but you probably have like 5 here, 2 there, maybe 10 minutes there. And so you just kind of piece together a workout by doing it in small bite-sized actions. And so I don't like the term exercise snacks. Shit makes me hungry. So I like to call them exercise side quests. I think that's much more fitting. And I was talking to, I think it was Bast, he's our streamer. He's a streamer. And so talking about taking it and splitting up the workouts, and again, like do one exercise at a time and kind of break that up throughout the day. And it helps you get more movement in, stay more consistent and adhere to the program, and not be too sore. So, do your exercise side quests. Boom. Okay, this feels heavy. Alright, plank, don't feel me now. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we're there. We're at failure. Oh. I feel like I'm Brock training to be Bruno, you know what I'm saying? Also, I know there's ad breaks. I don't know when they are. And I'd like to have them while I'm doing my set. So that way you guys don't miss any awesome lecture. Oh yeah. This one's gonna be more of a pet peeve, but we have many conversations with people, right? And we have probably talked to, no lie, no less than probably 10,000 people in the last 2.5, 3 years. And we get a lot of, I just think it would be cool to lose 20 pounds and have visible abs or something like that. And whenever I hear that, just, oh, I think it'd be cool, pisses me off because the person's just a window shopper and they're really not interested in taking action. They just, again, they think it would be cool. It would be cool to have visible abs. Are you willing to do what it takes to get set abs? And chances are, if they only have to lose 15 to 20 pounds to make that happen, no, they're not ready to take action and do it. So whenever I hear, because it's like this phrase specifically, it would be cool if blah, blah, blah. No fucking shit. It would be cool if a lot of things happened. But you gotta be ready to take action. All right. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 10. There we go. Oh. All right. That felt good. How'd that look? I think you guys really got a good angle, do you? We'll do one more, and then I want to talk about how I actually create full body training programs. Thanks, Bird. Do you get those emojis for being a sub, or what? Or are they just unlocked because I'm an affiliate now? Also, I know you can't see, but I'm doing calves with my boots off. I think it allows me to get a better range of motion. All right. I have one locked emoji. They're in there. Yeah, it's that heart one. That's like the default emoji that you get for becoming, yeah. I didn't do anything for that. That's just like the default one you get for becoming an affiliate. Like I said, I haven't had time to really explore that. This in Discord is all like new shit. Like we have Nitro unlocked for, like, I pay for Nitro, and so our server has like bonuses and stuff like that. I don't even explore them. I need a moderator that can build my Discord server. Alright, last set with plank. Whoa. 8, 9, 10. Hold it. There we go. There we go. Let's get that shit out of here. Good job, plank. You did your job. Alright, let's clean this off, and we'll go over how we make a full training program, full body. No, Ashley doesn't even know how to use Bird volunteers. Yeah, right. Sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to think about Twitch. I know you're a mod on Twitch, but you don't have to know how to use Twitch. But no, Ashley does not know how to use Twitch, or I'm sorry, on Discord. She's like, I don't even think she's ever uses Discord. Alright, chat, let's get rock and rolling. Schoolhouse rock off in here. Alright, this might take me a second, so bear with me. Yeah, well the thing is like, you're looking around here and Googling, yeah. We'll get more familiar as we progress, but I was like putting a lot of energy into Discord. I think it was like August or something like that. And I was building a bot to do more like exercise related stuff in there. And it was turning out decent, but I got super busy and I had to put that on hold. And well, it has never left the back burner, so. I actually got pretty far in the Discord bot that I was trying to build too. Sorry. I feel like what are those IRL nuisance streamers? That's how I feel when I'm carrying this. I saw one guy, this dumb fucking idiot. He was a nuisance streamer and he went to like Walmart and sprayed like bug killer, like Raid, on a lot of the produce. And he did this while he was live streaming, right? And he got 9 years for it. That and other shit that he was doing. Alright, how's that? That looks good. I, on the other hand, don't. That's what happens when you work out. Take your gloves off. So, yesterday we did what a fighter's program would look like. Turn this off. That was broad strokes, a more well-rounded program, right? Fighters are kind of a jack of all trades when it comes to athletics, and so they needed to have more of a well-rounded athletic approach, right? And we had one chatter ask about full body training programs. And so I wanted to do that here. But let's recap. This is what we did today. Level 8, where's the book? It's over there. Level 8, week 2, day 4, leg day 2.0. We did deadlift. I use the hex bar to really kind of teach you guys, but I really like it because it takes a lot of stress off your back. And I have a messed up low back, so that really helps take stress off because it puts you more into an upright squat-like position. So it's a little bit more quad dominant. And then we did goblet squat instead of dumbbell front squat. And I showed you 2 variations on how to hold the goblets. Reverse lunges, we did that body weight. And then calves, we did with 225 pounds on the bar. And then now we're gonna do a full body training program. Well, he shouldn't have been an idiot. Yeah, no, exactly. That's what he got in trouble for. There's also, I watch too much internet drama. There's another nuisance streamer called Johnny Somali. And he's being held in South Korea, in prison, jail, or whatever, because he did a lot of stuff like inappropriately dancing on like statues of religious goddesses and stuff like that. There. And he like got his ass whooped, went to the hospital, and then as soon as he left the hospital, somebody else whooped his ass. So they like spawn camped him. So let's do a full body. So I do want to talk about this, but this is going to be in 2 steps. Full frontal nudity. So when we do a full body workout, we need to kind of hit at least 5 major movements. There's squat, then there's going to be some type of hip hinge, there's going to be a push, a pull, and you can have there's like 8 different movements, but we'll say twist. Almost all the way there without screwing up. So a twist. I will call this a core movement. So instead of just like Russian twist, we'll do actual core stuff. And push and pull can get broken into 2. Horizontal and vertical. So horizontal push, bench press, horizontal, vertical push, overhead press. Horizontal pull is a pull-up, where vertical pull is a pull-up, horizontal pull is a row. and then twist and core. And then there's also carries, like farmer carries. I lump this into core as well. So these two will be lumped together, and then a lot of times we'll pick one of each. So we'll do one push, one pull, and then the next day we'll do like a horizontal and vertical, the opposite of that. And so this is a full body split. You do your squat, your hip hinge, which is going to be like glute focus, like a Romanian deadlift, and then a push pull, and then some type of core movement. And this, if you follow just one of these, like one exercise of each, that's a really solid beginner level full body program. Following me? And so let's say we're doing two. We'll keep it simple for tonight. Let's say we're doing 2 days. Full body, right? So naturally we want to start with the squat or the hip hinge. Good job, bird. So we'll do a squat. This can be, we'll say barbell squat. And then, like I mentioned before, I like doing the workouts kind of together rather than all of this and then all of that, because it allows us to work kind of synergistically. So if we're doing a squat here, and then we're going to hinge here, let's say it's an RDL. Let's say dumbbell, just for funsies. Up here, I like to swap these to give more emphasis on the hinge and less emphasis on the squat. And so this can be regular deadlift, kind of like what we did today. And then this can be, we'll say, let's say goblet squat, because that's what we did today. Okay, so we got squats, and then hinges. So then we have our push and pulls. Obviously, bench press, barbell, obviously. It's the most important lift ever, right? Nobody cares anything else about besides how much you can bench. And so then a pull can be, we can keep it horizontal. If we're doing a horizontal bench or a horizontal push, I'd like to do a vertical pull. And so we can do lat pulls. And so you can see how this is horizontal and this is vertical. And so then we should have the opposite here. So we can do a horizontal pull, which would be some type of row, like a bent over row or a cable machine row. I really like that one. Where you're just sitting there and you have like a closer grip and you pull to your chest. That's a good one. And then we can do overhead press. You can probably swap these, but we'll say this is a dumbbell. You can also use a machine. Dumbbell overhead press, seated overhead press, Arnold press. That's a really good one. That's when you start here. Come up. That's a fun one. And then we have some type of core. Like I said, twist or carry. And so we can do anything. I'll normally do like a core superset here. So let's say we do crunches with planks. And then superset that. And then here we can do Russian twists. How do you spell Russian? Is it AI or IN? It's IAN. Russian twist. Bird is going to correct me 100% on that. With some type of, I'll say, flare kick. So we have two, yeah, that's right, nice. So in this core, we have crunches, which work upper abs, planks, which are an anti-movement. We talked about this yesterday. And then we have Russian twists, which is a twist, so hitting more of like the obliques. And then we have flutter kicks, which hits more lower ab. And so between these four, we pretty much target all the main core areas, pun intended, the main areas for the core, with the exception of like the lower back, which gets hit in the deadlift anyway. And so this workout, if you went to the gym and you did a full body split like this, 2 days, this is a very solid 2-day workout split that targets every major muscle group and doesn't overlap as far as exercises. And you can easily add a third day for this by kind of following this same format, but just changing the exercises. And oh, like always, 3 by 10. feel like if I become popular enough, I can turn this into a shirt. 3x10, baby. Yeah, with the exception of maybe core. 3x10 for everything besides planks, which will be 30 seconds. Normally, that's normally where people start. 20 seconds and drop to your knees if you need a little help. But that is that. If you do anything more than a 2-day split, I would then urge maybe to split it up into like push-pull legs, or like what we talked about yesterday, upper body day, lower body day, total body day. I like that split because it creates a 3-day split, a 2-day split, and a 1-day split. Because if you have an inconsistent workout schedule, you can do an upper lower day or the upper lower split, and then drop the total body day. And if you can only go to the gym once, you can do the total body day. So yes, this is a full body split. I don't have anything else to say about that. I think next week I do want to go over some other classes. I thought that was kind of fun because I'm a nerd, and this is like literally what I got a big part of my master's degree in, was just like programming and periodization. So I like doing that. And I want to do the Barbarian, because the Barbarian is going to be a more gym bro focused training split, kind of like a leveled up version of what we're doing. So if you already have this book, we talked about how the Fighter was more levels like 5, 6, and 7, and the Barbarian will be more levels 11 and 12. So yeah, that's that. Where are we? An hour, just over. I think that's good. I'm going to call it a night and probably play some Pokemon and go to bed. I already ate dinner, so we're good there. And going to sleep in and then work tomorrow. And then we have a lot of fun planned for this weekend, which hopefully will be relaxing and playing Pokemon. And I'll be streaming Monday. And so, yeah, I'm glad you could too, man. I'm glad you could. And I'm glad we're chatting a little bit on Discord. I'm glad you already have a copy of this. You can attest, it's completely free. I'm not trying to shill for money just yet. But if you do watch the ads, that does help. So, yeah, I think that's it. I think everybody should have a fantastic evening. I hope everybody has a fantastic evening and a fantastic Halloween. And if you don't celebrate Halloween, I hope you have a great Friday. And if you do have any questions, just shoot me a text via Discord, Instagram, comments on YouTube if you're watching the VOD. And I think that's really the best way to get a hold of me. So, yes, thank you all for joining. And I'll catch you guys all on Monday, where we'll be doing upper body day. 8th level, week 3, day 1. Peace out, guys.